Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois, and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working on making this monstrosity, the Neutron Collector, which required us to get dark iron from Eris, I do believe, one of the top tier planets that is available in this pack. And we made this Neutron Collector, and we kind of waited around for a little bit to see if it would give us anything, and it wasn't. So let's see, we finished all of our seeds. We have every single seed that we need, and I've kind of organized them somewhat like logical things. So like we have Electrum, Steel, Bronze, Signalum, all that kind of stuff, plus Mana Steel and Terra Steel here. We have like Nether, Nature, the Water, the Elemental Seeds, and all that kind of stuff. That's all going to go into a plot together. And so I have it kind of somewhat organized, somewhat intelligent. And we're going to do some stuff. So like Draconium and Nether Star Seeds, we're going to do a little bit more, I think. Because why not? Because we're going to want a lot of that stuff, especially Nether Stars. If we can get a lot of Nether Star Seeds, that'd be really nice. And some of this stuff we might auto-process in the last millennium. Then again, we might not. I don't know. But anyways, we were working on getting this guy and getting our first little bit of Neutronium. And, well, I'll be honest, Neutronium takes like 6 minutes, I think, for one little pile. I've got 7. So there's no way to speed this up except by making more. So that's what I've been working on, and well, here's kind of the product of all that. So we have 63, we have the ability to make a stack of everything except for crystal matrix ingots, which we are still working on. I was looking to see if there's things I can throw into it. Honestly, I'm going to let the system kind of catch back up and refill with the mobs. Things like diamond horse armor is wonderful for this whole thing, so that's kind of what we're gonna use a lot of, as well as things like golden apples are kind of useless to us, and whatever else we can really find, to be honest. I even threw some capacitor stuff in there because they have decently high EMC, but all the horse armor is useless to us and stuff like that. So I've just kind of been dumping whatever I can in there. To get as much crystal matrix ingots as we can. But then the other thing is we have to wait for the crystallized redstone to be done, and we have to get more vibranium, which requires either a really special thing or making a lot more, what is it called? Getting more villagers from the mining dimension. So, kind of things to keep in mind, but we do have the ability to make a bunch more of these guys. And I want to kind of see a couple things. So, the big thing that I'm wondering about these Neutron Collectors is there's two main things that I'm curious about, and that is, God, this is annoying. Do they require views of the? I don't know why. I think they require a view to the sky. I don't believe they do. We're going to kind of experiment with that and see if they do. So we have 11 more. That's kind of awesome. There's only 3 more of those things in there. So that's also nice. So do they need a view to the sky? And can we extract items out of them? Is there any sides to that or anything like that? So that is what we're going to investigate today. As well as we're going to work on a bunch of other things. So, as you can see from over here, the animal farm, all the animals are dead or captured. We need to find a couple more cows for us to be happy, for me to be happy. We'll get to that later. It's not super important right now, but okay, there is a tiny pile of neutrons in there. Let's grab a drawer. If we have the ability to make one, which we do, and we're not even going to worry about storage increase right now. We're just going to get a drawer. And I want to see if we place this down, can we extract into this? We can. Cool. So that is good to know. Next question is, I guess let's go ahead and pick this guy up. So we have 12 of them. If we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 stacks of them, we'll see if both of them give us what we want. So we're not going to put any more neutrons in there. We're actually going to take them, we're going to put them in here. We're not going to store any more in there for right now. What we're going to do is we're going to see if all of that stuff is able to extract the neutrons. If they can, that's wonderful. We can just make a wall of those and it'll be nice. And I think we're going to use mostly this area over there just because it's pretty out of the way. And honestly, we don't really need to do much with Galacticraft anymore. So this area will be, at the very least, the Neutronium collection. So if we see pile of neutrons up here, I guess it is neutrons, and then you use the neutrons to make the Neutronium, I do believe, right? Yes, so Neutronium ingots. So in order to do that, we need to use a tiny pile to get a nugget, and then a nugget makes an ingot with 9 nuggets. So we need 81 to make an ingot. That is a lot. So what we're going to do today, we're going to focus on trying to complete other quests and whatnot, but I'm feeling left today, so we're going to go all left with our quests. Let's put that back down. We have it all. Really? Oh, well. This is good for one thing and one thing only. Nothing. It's not even good for EMC, which is really depressing. So we'll come back and check on these guys in a little bit. And then we'll hook all of these guys up to a item conduit, and that'll be fine. So once we're ready to kind of start collecting the pile of neutrons a little bit more, we'll be able to kind of do stuff with that. And something that can we turn these back into ingots? Yes, we can. Okay, so that is, and we can turn ingots back into nuggets. Ooh, okay, I have an idea. Something for much later. So I'm looking at a lot of things, thinking, okay, how are we going to get a mass quantity of these later? For right now, our best bet with this is to make more neutron collectors. That'll give us more tiny piles, and that's pretty much it. That's our only option with that. But let's see, other things are like awakened draconium. We're gonna want a lot of awakened draconium. That is a pain to get. How are we gonna get a lot of that? What else are we gonna want? Cobblestone. Octuple compressed cobblestone is actually pretty useful. A lot of these things are like, how are we going to get a lot of them very easily? Vibranium, that stuff is a pain to make. So I can get a lot of this stuff really easily. Well, there is an item for that. It's the Wand of Animation, and this thing is kind of amazing. It requires an 11th degree demon steel of the 11th magnitude, as well as an infinity catalyst, some infinity ingots, and everything else is pretty easy except for the soul crystals, which we have one of, which we use to make the philosopher's stone. So we're going to need 2 more of those, which just means we have to go kill 2 more antlions. Not a big deal. It's the demon steel that is an absolute pain. So something we're going to do here soon is set up all these farms. I will do that probably off camera. You guys have seen the farms in the last millennium. I'm going to set them up the same, and the biggest thing right now is hooking up all of this, getting all of the void upgrades in all of them, and all that kind of fun stuff, which is not too bad since we have EMC stuff, but it's still going to be kind of bad. So, enough rambling. What I want to do today, so one, let's see, nothing yet. Okay, I figured maybe. So what I want to do today is I kind of want to just go through the quest book and complete some of these earlier quests, For example, Delta has one quest in total, the Enchanter, which requires 2 enticing crystals. So we need some villagers. I don't actually know if we have any villagers right now. Let's go see. We should have 2 villagers. I do keep at least 2 around, but we're gonna need 2 more. And I didn't bring the soul vial, so we don't have enough yet. So we'll come back to that later, and we'll try to complete that by the end of this episode. But I just kind of want to go back through and complete as many quests as we can, just kind of make things easy. And we'll worry about setting up automation and all that kind of stuff, because one of the things we're going to need is the Neutronium compressor, and this requires a Neutronium block for each. We're going to want a few of those, and that's going to be a pain. So there's a lot of things. Everything else in this recipe is not that difficult. It's just going to require a lot of Neutronium, so we need a lot of it. Alright, so we have a pile in there. Okay, so no problem there. Let's go ahead and grab item conduits, and we'll get that hooked up. I also want to grab a conduit probe. And all we need to do is extract always active. How do you change modes? Y, right? Copy conduit settings. And this is like my favorite thing ever. This conduit probe is actually super duper useful. So then all we can have to do is right click all of these, and we should have like 20 or so Neutronium. Yep, and these guys should be empty. Cool. So that will just kind of continuously collect Neutronium as needed, and nothing will be a concern with that. So I'm gonna put this in here. Let's grab our soul vials just once we want them. We have them, and let's get on with some questing. So we're gonna work on the Gamma quest line. We're just gonna go straight down the list, basically. So for here, we need a couple things. One, let's go ahead and get the culinary generator times 64. So culinary generator, I can spell. So we need the 64x, which also requires the hyper transfer node, which is down here. So that's going to require bedrockium, and bedrockium, there's only one way to make it, and that is through octuple compressed cobblestone. So this stuff is going to be put aside for the time being. I guess we'll just put those in there, and we're probably going to want some nether stars. 9 should be enough. So cobblestone, we have sextuple compressed cobblestone, and to get the octuple, do we have any more? Nothing down there. Okay, so in order to get the next tier, we're gonna need 9 of these. Oops, that's right, that's being used for that. So there is a septuple, and we're gonna want a bunch of those. So we're gonna need how much EMC? 4 million. Okay. Let's see. If we use all of something we have a lot of gold. Let's throw a bunch of that in there. That's something we can easily get just by turning on our system downstairs again. Jade we don't really have much of a use for, so we'll throw a bunch of those in there. Not 10. Those are pretty high on the value. And that's just going to be kind of a pain. So let's look at some other stuff. Bedrockium, yeah, we need bedrockium ingots and all that kind of stuff. So what is going to be required in an endo pump? Okay, I think we can do this. So let's do that. So it's an endothermic pump. Yes. What is that? Bamboo extender. That's odd. Okay. So this thing, we just shift click. What do we have? We need another piece of ender infused obsidian. We're also going to put this guy in here for right now, just for a second. Alright. And just do that. Alright, so we have some ender infused obsidian. That was easy enough. What else are we going to need? We're going to need a dark pickaxe. Easy enough as well. Ender eye. An ender diamond. Let's get back to normal mode. We're going to need energized water, which requires an imbuing station, which we'll have to make, and a lava crystal, which is just going to need a bucket of lava. So nothing too difficult there. Where am I going? Buckets of lava are right over here. Alright, so that is all that. So we just need an imbuing station. So that is from random things. Imbuing station, it requires a bunch of green things. And we have some of them. We need vines, lily pads, green stained clay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the vines. Alright, so how can we make the vines? Nature essence, which we don't have in the system anymore because I need to reorganize this stuff. So how much nature essence do we have? We have enough. Alright, so we should be able to make the vines and the lily pads out of this. No problem. So I believe vines were like so, like a ladder. And lily pads are like that. Okay, cool. So that's really easy, quite simple to do. We'll get this taken care of. And yeah, like I said, I will do that between episodes. I didn't bother this last episode just because I was literally just waiting for the dark iron to finish before recording this. So I was playing other things. But anyways, we need a cauldron. And right, we need to make the actual green stain clay. So there's that. And there's the imbuing station. So this is pretty easy to use. Let's just put it right. You know what? Let's put it right here. Why not? So in order to make the, what was it we needed? Energized water, gunpowder, redstone, glowstone, and a water bottle. All right. So gunpowder, glowstone, redstone. So let's just type stone, glowstone, redstone, and bottle. You know something I need to figure out. Donator perks, no. What is that? EMC. There was a thing. Did we ever do that? From the Aether. I remember there's a thing in the Aether. So it's theta. Okay, we never made this. Alchemical coin mill. How bad is that, by the way? Oh wow, that's super duper easy. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. So we have all this stuff. Let's go ahead and make the energized water. Cool. There we go. Let's try to figure out how to get some sort of water. So let's go ahead and make this coin mill while we wait, because it's really simple, and these coins have 10,000 EMC. Now, in order to get these, it's actually pretty easy. So let's go ahead and make this. That is a quest completed here. We'll claim that reward. And we're going to put this guy down and see what it's about. I currently have nothing. So we need Aether coins. If I'm not mistaken, that is just merely going into the Aether and killing things. But I could be wrong. So let's go ahead and make this. So there is the endothermic pump. Now what this does is it is literally a pump. It will pump out lava or water or whatever liquid you want. And the thing about it is it's really, really friendly on servers and on laggy worlds, which this one's going to get laggy. We're going to basically be pushing this game to its limits with some of the systems we have to set up. And so what it does is it will replace source blocks with stone blocks. So it's super duper like efficient, but it's great for piping up whatever you want. So left reward bag, and now we can make the ender quarry. So it's going to require another set of that stuff and a lot of other things. In an assembly table, we're going to wait on that, for now at least. We got a good reward bag. Let's go ahead and open that. Heart glass. You know what I think about this heart glass? It's useless. It's not even worth trying to put through the EMC. We have 2 septuples. Alright, so let's go to the Aether real quick. I want to see if we can get some of these coins. And might as well, why not? You know, it doesn't really matter too much. But let's see. These are acre plants. So we just got a coin from that. Let's see. Let's find some baddies. Because I think that's... Okay, that's just a MOA. Is it mobs that we have to kill? So going through the dungeon is kind of like the good way to do this. Ooh, it's a sweat. Those are kind of cool. They're like slimes, but they have different effects. Now you're a bad guy. So you can see the coins right there. We have 3 coins now. Alright, let's just kill these guys. There's a bunch of them around. And let's see, more acre plants. And I think we lost our coins because we died at one point. But that shouldn't really happen anymore. So more coins. The coins are what we're like after. So it's where the enemy dies, which is unfortunate. Now, can we get it from like breaking grass and stuff? Or is it just anything that gives experience? And it doesn't seem to be anything. Let's see, we can test this out. Typically there are a lot of blitzes down underneath in dark areas. Usually anyways. There we go. There's some. They don't seem to be dropping coins. Okay. So that answers the questions about the coins. Is this a useful thing? Probably a long time ago. but at the point we're at now, not really. It's a pretty quick and easy way to get like 10,000 EMC, but honestly there's better ways. So, super loud, apologies. The Aether has always been incredibly loud. Alright, so let's go ahead and like use this. And we have 5 alchemical coins. And we don't have any more of those, but we do have a bunch of alchemical bags. I don't know that I'll use, but we can put those in and it does things. It's cool. So let's just put this stuff away. And we'll get back to questing. So, loot bags go in there, and we'll be good to go. So, let's see, logic pipes. We need to make logistical pipe stuff. So, I guess let's go ahead and do that. So, what was these things called? Logistics power junction. Logistics. You know what? Let's just do power junction because I can spell that. And what's the other thing? Soldering station. All right. Soldering station, however you want to say it. So these are, wow, really cheap. Okay. So we need a crafting bench. And that is that for that one. And the power junction thing is like so. Cool. So left reward bag, that was nice and easy. And these guys go right in there. Greater reward bag gives us some plastic. That's kind of nice. And cool. So what else we got? We have combustion engine. Okay, so combustion generator. I believe that is an EnderIO. No, it can't be. Combustion generator. Yeah, it is EnderIO. Why is that in there? Oh well, whatever. Actually, why is that in there? I have no idea. Oh well. So let's see, we're gonna need electrical steel. Which we have. We have that. Okay. So we have some of the stuff. We're gonna need a piston. Go ahead and make a piston. Might as well have our system do that itself. It's not a big deal. 2 basic gears. We're getting the piston, 2 fluid tanks, which requires tungsten, iron, and glass. Dark iron, wasn't it? It is dark iron bars. Okay. So we have 4. Do we not have any dark iron? No, we do. Okay. Oh, I guess it's called dark steel. And then it makes dark iron bars. Okay, whatever. Whatever, game. We need 2 pieces of glass. And some tungsten. So, nothing too difficult there. Well, we're going to need 8 pieces of tungsten. Alright, so we'll make the fluid tanks. Not a problem. And we'll get this going. So that should be really quick and easy and painless, and everything's great. And we're not going to worry about actually making the combustion engine and using it because I don't care. So with that, there's everything. There is the combustion engine. Quest complete. Dump it in there for a little bit of EMC. And the final thing here is floodgates. Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember these. Floodgates are dangerous if you misuse them. Basically, they they will flood an area. Because this is Buildcraft. Yeah. So it will place fluid down. And the way it works is it kind of works like gravity would. So you can, if you have a big jar, let's say, you could put floodgates at the top and supply them with water with pumps, and it would pump the water into the jar, and it would fill the jar up with source blocks. I do believe is how they work. They're dangerous, but we're going to need an iron gear, so we can tell the system to craft that. That's not bad, and we're going to need a tank. So pretty easy. I believe we need 3 of these. Is it detect? Yes, detect. So let's just do this. Again, I have no real use for these. So we're going to take the left reward bag and throw these guys back away. So we have a greater and we have a good. Let's open the good. Elevators. That's kind of nice. We might keep those. And the graders. Meteorite compass. Not nice. Okay. So in the time we've spent, we have like a little bit more nether stars. We're going to take all of our nether stars. We're going to be risky. And that was not enough. How about horse armor? We can take 2 stacks. We can take like... I don't want to take them all. But we can take all this stuff. And we'll see what we get. So how much neutronium do we have? We have 56. Alright. Or piles of neutrons. So we can take these guys and make neutronium nuggets. And that is also a quest. So let's get that taken care of. And left reward bag. Ooh, an epic. Finally something good. And it's not good at all. In fact, we're just going to throw those away. Alright, so we have a little bit of neutronium. Ingots. Or nuggets, rather. So we'll keep those. I'm going to put the rest of the neutronium in here. And honestly, let's grab a... do we have any compressing drawers? No, of course not. Can we make... is it a compressing? It's a drawer. Let's see, drawer. Compacting, that's what they're called. These have a... They do. Alright, so that explains what we're going to do with this. We have... Let's go ahead and break this. We are going to make a few. And we're going to take one of these, and you'll see what we're going to use it for in just a second. Let's grab our neutronium ingots. Let's put this guy back. Double compress goes... No, not there. So let's see. No, stop it. Stop it. Alright, just give me all the walls. Whatever. Compressed cobblestone goes there, so it goes into... Yeah, that's what we want. So let's grab our key. It's in here. And what we're going to do, one, we're going to lock this guy. If we want to make more cobblestone, we can use this. But at the same time, we don't have to. We can continue doing this. But what we're going to do is we're going to put another drawer right here that's not going to be connected to anything. And this one we are going to put like so. So this will make the neutronium ingots for us, and we can take out what we want. Now we could obviously just hook this into the system instead, but I don't want to do that just because I don't necessarily want to... you know what? It doesn't really matter, does it? So let's break that. and do that. So as long as we lock that, we should be fine. You know, I don't like that there. Let's break that. Let's rearrange this again. So, compacting drawer, tiny piles, insert, perfect. Okay, so that taken care of. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away. Okay, so I guess let's go grab, let's see how many villagers we have. If we have 2 villagers, we can make the enchanter. And then we can use that to finish off the thermal expansion EnderIO quest line. And we just need 2 villagers, so we need to have at least 4. We do. So 1, 2, and you know what, I'll leave them as they are. So that'll work. Alright, so now all we need to do, we need to grab 2 emeralds from our storage, we need to grab some levels, and that's about it. So 20 levels should be about enough. We need emeralds, 1, 2, and we are going to put 2 emeralds in here because we are using all this, so I don't want to like I don't want to necessarily waste all of the emeralds because I had a stack of them in there. So there should be exactly, let's see, there's 40. Okay, so that's not even enough. Oh, right, because it requires 2 each. So never mind, that was kind of pointless. Anyways, let's go ahead and make the enchanter. So that is pretty easy. We're just going to need an enchanting table, which is super easy. And there's the enchanter. Cool. So the enchanter is really nice to have, but that completes the Delta quest line. Left reward bag. It's good. It's a diamond wand. That's EMC, I guess. So we're going to actually keep the enchanter because the enchanter is really good. I guess we're going to put it right here for now. So what this allows you to do is make any enchanted book that you want in the game by using a lot of levels, a written book, and some sort of item. It depends on what enchant you want. So XP boost requires gold, auto smelt requires blocks of coal. Some that are really nice is like silk touch. You can make silk touch books very easily. Efficiency, fortune, infinity. So and then soulbound is really nice. So there's a lot of really good things, but it requires a lot of levels and a lot of junk. So let's take a look at the quest book and see if there's anything else we can complete that's nice and easy. Mechanism, all of this stuff. We need to make the quantum entangloporter, which is cool, but is, I believe, really expensive. Requires a teleportation core, and that is kind of a pain. It's actually not that bad. I mean, we have atomic alloys. Refined obsidian, ultimate control circuits. I mean, none of that is actually that bad, but I don't want to do it right now. We'll get to that later. And then demon steel. Demon steel is a pain. So, how much VCU do we have? Are we still? We're still converting it all. Let's convert a little bit of this. We're gonna get a single piece of demon steel. And we're not going to like make a bunch of demon steel this way because it is super duper expensive. But what we can do is we can keep a little bit of all of this stuff. So for example, we have a ton of this stuff. We don't really need much of it. either. So what we can do... So in here, we're going to put Demon Steel. We're going to put... I don't know that Imperial Essence is useful. Ultimate Furnace, so maybe... But didn't we already complete all those? Yeah, that's in beta, isn't it? Yeah, Ultimate Furnace and all that. So we don't need that. Is the Ultimate Furnace used for anything? It is. We should have some. So we'll keep a Imperial, we'll keep a Demon Steel. But the rest of the stuff is easy enough to get that we can just dump it in for EMC. So that's what we're going to do. And that's what we're going to do with a lot of things, is like, we don't need it, dump it for EMC. Eventually we'll set up some systems to produce EMC specifically. So one of the good ways is you can use that one-of animation that I showed earlier to animate octuple compressed cobblestone blocks. They become a mob that drops the block when you kill it. You can then auto-spawn them, and that will give you a lot of EMC. You can do the same for like Nether Star blocks, which I think are in this pack. Are there Nether Star blocks? There's Infinity Stars. I mean, there's Ludicrite. Ludicrite is pretty good as well. It's 500,000 each. So yeah, there's no Nether Star blocks, but you can do it with like you can do it with the compressed cobblestone. You can make the vibranium ingots and get blocks of those with the thing. And so we almost have one more pile of neutrons and we'll have an ingot. So that's nice. So you can do a lot of really cool things with that. But that's going to be much later. We're not quite ready to make that because of the Demon Steel. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and make the Quantum Entangloper. Entangloporter. So, Quantum. I can spell Quantum. This guy. So we're going to need reinforced. Let's see, what all do we have of it? We have a little bit of the atomic outlet. We do not have the refined obsidian. What about this? We're going to need glowstone ingots. Alright, so I believe osmium compressor. Do we have one of those? I believe we do. Yes. So osmium compressors, we're going to need glowstone and osmium. Is it just a single piece of glowstone? Which is nice. It's actually pretty cheap. The machine is what's expensive, not anything else. Osmium, glowstone, and then we're going to need refined obsidian. So we'll take a little bit of it from... actually, that's compressed obsidian, so we're going to need to get a little bit more. We're going to need obsidian, 1, 2, 3, 4, and osmium, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this should be, yeah, we need a refined obsidian dust. We need obsidian powder. So let's grind this up real quick. It should not take long. And actually, we only need 4, so that's good enough. So there is the glowstone ingot. Right, we got to run this through first. Alright, so what else do we need? For this teleportation core, we need energized silicon, which is like so. Pop down here, put that in the furnace. Alright, and what's the last thing we need for this? Ender diamonds, time 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy, easy, easy. So there is the teleportation core. And then we're going to need control circuits. Did we ever... We have elite control circuit. So let's make a few of those. Actually, let's just make one extra. We will then turn that into an ultimate control. And we'll make a few of those. Put one in here. And now we should be able to make most of that. So we literally just need the refined obsidian, and that'll be it. So I think after this quest, we're going to stop for the day. We've done enough quests. We've done a good bit of work. Currently, the biggest thing is I just need to kind of do a little bit of work getting more supplies. And something... Let's see. I wish I could look up EMC values for things and like see what's the best EMC. I know all the discs are like 2,000. Some of the modded things is like what is going to be the best. So, for example, Bibliocraft, all this stuff is EMCable, which makes sense. Plutonium. Ludicrite is pretty good. Ludicrite blocks are really good, but they require a lot of plutonium and EnderIO, and they're expensive. You can make them cheaper. If you make them this way, it's actually cheaper than it costs. So you could set up a system to duplicate EMC. I don't think we're that desperate for it, but it is a thing you can do, just to kind of point it out. But blocks of uranium. Okay, a lot of that stuff, like, I want to find something that's easy for us to obtain. So, like, the diamond apples would be really nice. We've gotten those from rewards before, but I don't think we can get them any other way. And so, the biggest thing is just kind of figuring out a good way to get things without having to spend much effort or anything like that. And a lot of modded things, I just don't know how good they are as to, like, whether or not it's worth it. And that's the big question. So, like, ectoplasm is not very good. Yeah, most of the stuff is just as good as, like, what you use to make it. But Manulin, oh, it's not that great. Okay, so some of these things, like, we can make diamonds from essence, and we can make various ores from essence. I know shiny is pretty good. It's half of diamonds, but, like, most of the stuff isn't really that great. So I don't know. I guess what we're going to probably want to end up doing is just trying to get as much stuff as we can and going from there. So, like, the VCO is much better than the ingots. Wow. Oh, because you get 4 for each. That's why. Alright, makes sense. So yeah, I think what we're going to end up doing, eviscerator rods, these are really expensive because the battlesuit stuff is really expensive because the energized crystals requires diamond lattices. Yeah, it's all really expensive. So, I think what we're going to do, wow, why is that? Oh, because it requires a lot of things. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to work on getting the seeds ready and potentially even going ahead. Oh, we need a little bit more osmium. The osmium compressor doesn't use a full ingot with each ingot of osmium, so it's a little weird. We'll just throw like 16 in there. We can use it as needed. Alright, there we go. So it's really weird. I don't understand why it does that, but it does. So that should be everything we need for the quantum entangloper. Entangloporter. I keep saying that wrong. So far left is a legendary reward bag. Come on, be the thing I want. It's not. Okay, lily pads of fertility. So we're gonna put this stuff away, and I think for now that is where we're going to call it. A lot of this buildcraft stuff is a little bit more complicated than I'd like. Angel rings are fairly expensive. That's something we can spend an episode working on if we want, but for the most part, here's what we're gonna do. Actually, let's get one more quest done. We have a Neutronium ingot, so that should be a quest down here. We need to craft it, so unfortunately we have to come over here now. We have to put it in here and make it. Alright, there we go. So far left, it's just a grater. That's depressing. Ooh, but it's 2 diamond apples. And I don't have any use for those, so we're using EMC. Alright, so here's the plan. I am going to spend some time just kind of letting things run on here. And I'm going to be working on specifically the seeds, getting all the essence stuff kind of organized like I want it. Currently, the only essence that are coming through is the Nether Star essence, so we can turn this off for a little bit and be fine. I can rearrange everything, get drawers like I want them, and not have to worry about things too much. Move things over and all that fun stuff. Clean up things. And then next time, what we're going to do is, I don't know, probably work on more quests. I think doing more quests will probably be the best option for us until we can get some more EMC. I will also continue working on getting more Neutronium Collectors. We're going to need a lot of those. I think a stack will suffice us for the most part for, well, the time being. So that's what we're going to do. So how much redstone crystallized? We have 26 crystallized redstone. So that is a good bit more. But I need some more crystal matrix ingots and all that fun stuff as well. So it's a process. Alright, so I will tell you guys what. I am going to do some work off camera. Next time, like I said, we're going to try to do more quests. We're going to try to get more EMC and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!